Borida gin hadleth. Man an rhydedd fawr I fod yma pnawn yma. Conference. It's a great honour to be here this afternoon. For years, Wales and Scotland have been known as the Celtic Fringe, but I'm here to inform you that we are a fringe no more. Wales is very much at the heart of the UKIP story, and we are working very hard every single day to make sure that the so-called Little England Party is very much a United Kingdom party. I was the campaign manager during the 2009 EU elections. We were underfunded, we had very few leaflets, and even fewer people to deliver those leaflets. As the lead candidate in this election, I am pleased to say, actually I'm relieved to say, that already we have done more this year than we did in the entire 2009 campaign. A year ago, we had just 5 branches in Wales. On Monday, I joined John Atkinson, our regional organiser, and we established the 21st constituency branch in Wales, in Wrexham. Now we have 40 constituencies in Wales, so we're over halfway there in a year. With the huge growth in membership that we've experienced since the Rotherham by-election all over the UK, we have thousands of new members. These men and women are an untapped resource for UKIP. I met with Steve Crowther, and he explained his vision for utilising these new members and inquirers for growing the party and for finding and developing new talent within the party. We accepted the challenge in Wales wholeheartedly, and I'm very glad that we did that. Due to a very badly run council, Anglesey, where I live, did not have the council elections 2 years ago. So last year in Wales, Anglesey was the only council that had a full election of councillors. Now I was minding my own business at the Exeter conference, and Nigel Farage came zooming by as he always does, and he stopped and looked at me and said, "Nathan, how many councillors have you got for me?" To which I responded, 11, which was the amount we needed so that everybody in Anglesey could vote UKIP if they wanted to. He said, "Good man," and zoomed off. The problem was, I actually only had 3. It gets worse. And 19 members on Anglesey. Now, there's nothing like fear to motivate a man. I had set myself a very huge goalpost to achieve, you know. And I literally, immediately, as soon as I got home, started ringing around, meeting with my friends, my family, my associates. I looked through all of my old emails. I literally just contacted everybody I could think of. And bit by bit, one by one, I got those 11 councillors. Unfortunately, about a week before we was about to put the paperwork in, we discovered that 2 of the people had only just registered on the electoral roll, which meant that they were ineligible to stand for us. 2 days before the paperwork was due to be handed in, I knew I had to achieve this goal. Out of the blue, I got a phone call from a chap who wanted to know if we had a UKIP candidate in his area. We actually didn't. So I asked if I could come and meet him. He didn't know what my intentions were. I met with him, and his wife was there, and she came and joined me, and we chewed the cud. We talked all about Wales and the EU and the way it affects us, And luckily he'd been doing his research, so he'd watched lots of Nigel Farage videos, and by the time I'd finished, he said to me, "Would it be okay if I joined UKIP and stood for you as a councillor?" And then his wife said, "It's a shame you don't have any more seats, because I'd like to stand for UKIP as well." To which I said, "This is your lucky day." I had 12 dedicated, hard-working men and women who wanted to get elected. It was incredible. I had gone from being the face of UKIP on Anglesey, being basically UKIP on Anglesey, to being the leader of a potential group. And goodness me, there was something going on. The political air had completely and utterly changed. People knew who we were. People would run down the street, and at first we got quite disconcerted when you see somebody running down the street. But after day it happening to us, we knew what they were coming. They wanted to come and shake our hands and thank us for standing. Thank us for giving them an opportunity to vote UKIP. And bit by bit, we started to believe that we could actually do something great in Anglesey. On the day of the election, we came within 100 votes of getting 3 councillors elected. I was introduced to the leader of the Plaid Cymru group as Mr. UKIP, which was quite an honour, I thought. Within days, we'd started the Anglesey branch. We now have 100 members, and we've been reliably told that we actually have about as many members as the Conservative Party on the island. So that from 19 members, 3 candidates was a huge, just phenomenal. It was fantastic. We were just so pleased with what we'd done. And those people who came so close to getting elected, they just determined that they were going to continue to work their areas, and that next time round in 2017, they will get elected. The reason why I tell you this is because the story doesn't end there. Within a few weeks of us setting up the branch, the Welsh Assembly member for Anglesey resigned completely out of the blue. And we had a by-election on our hands. Now, Lisa Duffy, goodness, how they know that these by-elections are coming so quickly is beyond me, but I got a phone call, it's on, get yourself a candidate, get your branch together, and believe you me, the wheels were in motion, and it was incredible how they responded, and the support we got was fantastic. And I was lucky enough to be selected as the candidate, and we were at it again, and amazingly, the foundation, the work that we had done in Anglesey during those council elections, it was the most crucial work that we had done in Wales up until that point. Because all of a sudden, we had a very crucial by-election. We'd already delivered leaflets to most of the people. We'd already spoken to most of them. We had teams of people who wanted to get elected, who had picked a geographical area for themselves, and who said to me, "Don't worry, Nathan, I'll knock on doors in that area. I'll sort that area out." And so I could just concentrate on the media, concentrate on doing what candidates are supposed to concentrate on. It was fantastic. And the reason why I tell you this is because we've got the European elections coming up, but we've also got, and it seems to be getting hidden underneath the excitement of the Euros, but we've got crucial local elections. Pick your local area. You never know how important that work that you will do in that area is, if not to yourself, but to somebody who's going to stand later. Pick that area, get on with it, do it. What did Ronald Reagan say? He said, "If not now, when? And if not me, who?" Well, I'm afraid I'm the who, you're the who. We're the people who have got to make this happen. I'm pleased to say that we got 10 times the vote of the Liberal Democrats. We almost doubled the vote of the Tory candidate, and what's more, I came just 336 votes behind the Labour candidate. And it was worth all that effort just to see the look on their faces and the fear. And UKIP in Wales is growing. It's incredible. It's fantastic. Everywhere we go, people know who we are. They know what we are about. This is our election. Nobody else can steal this from us. This is about the EU. It's about immigration. It's about all those things that we've been banging on about for years and years. And all of a sudden, the media cannot say to us, oh, well, stop talking about that. It's about the EU. Yes, absolutely. And this is about the EU. We have to make it happen. I was brought up as a young boy with a grandfather who filled my head with stories of the Second World War and how people stood and defended this nation. Winston Churchill gave speech after speech in which he said that this war, the Second World War, is about defending Great Britain, the British way of life and the Christian way of life. Well, I grew up wishing that I could fight in a war. Don't ask me why, because it's stupid, but that's what I wanted. This is my war. I do not have to. I do not have to storm the beaches of Normandy, thank heavens. And I do not have to get in a bomber and fly over Germany. I don't have to raise my head above the parapet and get shot at, but I do have to do something. I have to stand up for what I believe in, and so do each of you. Sometimes it's hard. I've had stones thrown at me, people spat at me, people called me the most horrendous things in the street, and they don't even know me, so how can they call me these things? But there we are. They do it, don't they? But goodness me, am I glad that I did it. Am I glad that I stood up and I was counted? You will never, ever regret standing for something. Thank you.